up? It's Grace, and right now I'm going to be doing a little book haul. This video is being sponsored by the Blowback Trilogy, so thank you so much to them. I have just a little stack of books. I did show some of these in my previous video where I talk about my TBR for October, so I'll just quickly go over those and talk more in depth about the books that I haven't talked about yet. So without further ado, let's get into it. Since this video is being sponsored by the Blowback Trilogy, the first book I'm going to talk about is Blowback 07 by Bryan Meaul. This book sounds wild. We follow twins. They don't really get along. The only thing that they have in common is a artifact that they have. It is an ancient musical instrument that was handed down to them by their mother. And one day when Iris, one of the twins, is playing with it, his best friend Matt, who is also the star quarterback for their football team, just disappears. What they don't know is that Matt has time traveled back in 1907. And there he is going to be playing football for Coach Pop Warner, who I think revolutionized Ivy League football. And then way back home where Archie and Iris are, they discover secrets and they believe that their mom might be in the past and she hasn't passed away like they believe. So this book sounds wild. I'm getting like Outlander-ish vibes with sports and dudes, which is fun. I love sports, like I love sports books, I love sports shows, but I don't actually like watching sports. For some reason, like, and this is not just me who thinks this, there's a lot of sports animes out there that are really fun. My best friend loves them, but sports, for some reason, reading about them, it's just a lot more interesting than watching them, I guess. But yes, I'm very excited to read this. The next book I got in the airport when I was going to Japan. I wanted to get a book for the plane ride, and the book I chose was Milkweed by Jerry Spinelli. I'm sure you might have heard of it. It is a very famous book. It's gotten a lot of awards. I don't know a lot about this book other than it's set during World War II, and we follow this boy and his story and how he survived the Holocaust. I'm sure it's just gonna break my heart, but also it's gonna be so important and amazing, and I just know that I'm gonna love it. The next book I got for this spooky season, and that is There's Someone Inside Your House by Stephanie Perkins. When I saw this book on Instagram a bunch, and I was just looking at the title, but then I saw who wrote it. And I'm like, Stephanie Perkins, who has written all of my favorite fluffy reads, has written twisty thriller. Like, that's just so awesome. I love when authors, you know, don't write what they usually write and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna go completely out of my, you know, zone, and instead of writing fluffy contemporary books, I'm gonna write a freaking thriller about murders. You know, I love that. From what I know about this book, we follow a girl. She just has recently moved into her grandparents' house. She's trying to start a new life for herself, and she's still haunted by her past in Hawaii. And then one by one, students in her small town begin to die, and they begin to die in gruesome, gruesome ways. And then she just has to deal with her past and her dark secrets, and I don't know, it just sounds really fun and creepy, which I'm all for. And the next books I'm just gonna briefly show because I did talk about them more in depth in my previous video, so if you want to check that out, feel free. I will link a link in the description box below. First up, we have Lock and Key. Whoa, I never really realized how heavy this is. We have Lock and Key Volume 1 and Lock and Key, it's not a volume, it's just 3 never before collected editions, so that's cool. I'm really excited to read this. They just seem very spooky and perfect, and I could read graphic novels in like 30 minutes flat, so I'm excited for these. And the next book I got is The Language of Thorns, Midnight Tales and Dangerous Magic by Leigh Bardugo. I love Leigh Bardugo. She's an auto-buy author for me, so whatever she puts out, I'm buying. And the last book is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I also think I'm going to be getting Dracula by, I think it's Bram Stoker? Dracula by Bram Stoker. I think it is. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I just feel like I should get that book. If I have Frankenstein, I should also get Dracula. So that was my little book haul. If you've read any of these and you want to talk to me about them, I would love to know, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're having a great time wherever you're at, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!